What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and in today's video, I'm gonna explain why you should never sell your rental properties. And if you stick around, I'm gonna share the couple rare instances where it does make sense to sell. So with all of that being said, let's jump into it. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, my name's Chandler Smith, and I've been investing in real estate for the last 8 years. I actually purchased this property a couple of years back, and I decided to start the video here because I picked up this property for just a little over $300,000. Now, if I were to turn around right now and sell this property, I'd be able to sell it for over $450,000. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are saying, Chandler, if you could sell this and make over $150,000 on the sell, why would you not do that? And so in this video, I'm gonna share with you all of the pros and cons of selling and why right now it makes no sense for me to sell this fourplex. Now, I would stick around for this fourplex. However, we've got to run some errands. So we're gonna hop in the car. The first reason is I wouldn't have a good place to put that money if I did sell the property, and I'm not in need of that money. So essentially I would be selling it to bank that money in hopes that I could find another property when I've already got a property that's going up in value, that's cash flowing, that's getting good principal pay down and giving me good tax benefits, which we're gonna talk about all of those because those are reasons to hold on to the property as well. But if I don't have a place to put the money, it doesn't make sense to sell. Now, I'm working on my deal flow problem, but right now I have more money to place than I have places to put it. So that's the first reason I want to hold on to it, is I would need another place to put it, and right now I don't have one. The second reason is the things I kind of just mentioned, but all of these properties are cash flowing consistently. They've been stabilized, the rents have been maximized, and that's consistently coming in every single month. So it's really hard to just walk away from something like that. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm up to, but I wanted to check in on this wall. As you can see, we were able to get everything fixed. We were able to save the window, but now they're in the process of getting everything resheeted. So I just wanted to come check in and give you guys the update, but let's go on to the third reason. Also, if you were wondering why it's taking us so long to get this fixed, it's actually because we're working with the person that ran into it. We're able to track them down, and their insurance is going to pay to fix it, but we're trying to see if we can get them to replace the entire wall and the window rather than the damage that we already replaced. Because if that's the case, then we can fix the window. We can also put new siding on this whole area because it's gonna be really hard to find siding that matches. And so if insurance is willing to do that, then that's gonna be awesome. The next reason I wanna hold on to these properties is my actual percentage return on them is substantially higher than when I even originally ran the numbers at what I thought it could be. For example, if I thought I could get rents up to 800 on a property that I purchased 3 years ago, I can now get rents up to 900 or 1,000. And so my initial investment is getting a substantially larger return than it was when I purchased the property. Some would argue,
but Chandler, your properties have gone up in value, so technically you're getting a lower return because you have all of this equity.
And you are right, which leads to the next reason that I love holding on to these, and that is security. Now, I not only have 25% down that I put in, but I have this extra $150,000 in equity in this property. Now, could I pull that out? Yes, I could, but if I don't need to, it gives me the warm, fuzzy feeling knowing that now I'm up to 30, 40, 50% equity on some of these properties because of what we've done with rents. I'm getting a much higher return on the actual money I put into them, but I also am in an equity position where property values could drop like crazy and it would suck, but I'm still extremely comfortable, cash flowing extremely well. And so that's kind of the thing that gives me comfort at night. The last reason is probably the reason you expected me to talk about the most, and that is the tax benefits that these properties provide. Because every single year, you get to take depreciation against the properties that you purchase, which is another huge benefit. So now you've got the cash flow, you've got depreciation, you've got the principal pay down, you've got all of the tax benefits, and you have the realization that, hey, maybe I don't have a better place to put the money if I were to take out of these properties. And so these are all of the reasons that I hold on to my properties. Now, if you're wondering, Chandler, well, when is a good time to sell? The truth is there are some great times to sell, and waiting until you can capitalize on a great market like right now, it would make sense to sell if a couple things had fallen into place. Thing number one if I had used up all of the depreciation on that property. Now, the other reason that it might make sense to sell a property is if you're flipping properties. You're buying them, you're adding value, you're selling them, and you're moving that money into new properties. But for me, I don't have the kind of deal flow right now that I need to be able to do that and to justify doing it without taking advantage of the tax benefits. So for me, what I would need with my strategy is not only to milk out all of the depreciation, not only get to the point where I know I have a deal to move this money into, but then make sure I do a 1031 exchange so I'm not paying any taxes on the profits that I'm taking from one property and moving it into another. If I could do that, then it would make sense to sell, because then I've milked all the depreciation and I'm moving it into another property because I have good deal flow and I'm doing it without paying any tax on those profits. All right, guys, I've covered all of the pros and cons of selling your property. I've helped you understand why I don't sell my properties, but also the exceptions where it would make sense with my strategy to sell. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell. And if you've enjoyed following my channel, I do want to give you a little heads up. I am looking right now at 2 fourplexes that I am in the middle of due diligence on. I'm actually going to walk over and finish the inspection that we're doing on them. I didn't want to spoil the surprise or show it on the YouTube channel until it is 100% locked down, because you never know what can happen. However, it is coming, so there are going to be more purchases on the channel. I hope. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, but also let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future videos on this property that I'm purchasing. Finally, if you enjoy these videos and you want to learn more, you want to connect with other like-minded investors, make sure that you click the link in the description where you can go and join my free Facebook group. We've got tons, actually almost 2,000 real estate investors on there. We bounce a ton of cool ideas. You're going to get early updates about the properties I'm purchasing, some of the moves I'm making, and some incredible moves that other people in the group are making. So make sure you go hop on there. And if you've loved the content, you can also pick up my real estate investing course. You can use the link in the description for $50 off. And in that course, I give you a step-by-step process on everything you need to know to be able to purchase real estate and build a huge passive income. So again, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the future videos. Thanks, guys.